Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's bullshit, but we can't take no chances. Gfanatic 94 is not giving any of those communist cunts at YouTube the chance to fuck him over. So unfortunately, if you're under the age of 18, you gotta get out of here. Don't worry. We're gonna fight this war. But we need an army to do so.
What the fuck is this? Get this shit out of my face. Fuck, we still gotta review it. Noah, I really don't want to cover this one. And I don't even have the motivation like I did in the 1998 film to talk shit about it, so... I mean... let's just get this over with while, you know, it's doable.
Yeah, might as well, eh?
Yeah. Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle. No, what do we even say about this movie? Because, I mean, this is quality at its lowest point.
Fucking big ass tree.
Yeah, that's no shit. He's not even a tree in this one. Well, he is, but, you know. Yeah, whatever. Let's go ahead and jump straight into this. Noah, do you want to list the cast?
Mamoru Miyano as Haruo Saki, Takahiro Sakurai as Memphis, fucking trap. Aaron Hanazawa as Martin Rosari, Tomoku Sugiti as fucking... Oh shit, I skipped over one, fuck. Aaron Hanazawa is Yuko Tani. Alright. Tomokuzu as Sugita... I'm not at it today. Tomokazu Sugita as Martin Rosari, Yuki Kaji as Adam Benwald, here comes the weird name guy. Ichi Suave as Mulu Elu Galugu. Reina Ueda as Reina, Adi Ozawa as Miyana, then Kento Miyake as Elu Elo Belo Be, Kenyu Horiuchi as Humberto Mori, Kazuya Naki as Haru Elu Dolu Do, and finally we have Kazuhiro Yamaji as Edoof.
Alrighty. Yeah, that cast, I mean, obviously, the people who were in this film, we're gonna go ahead and give them credit where credit's due. But at the same time, I just don't really think anyone, I don't really think anyone deserves to take credit for this film because this is just sad. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and jump straight into this and get to the brief rundown of the film. So after the events of Godzilla Monster Planet, our protagonists are granted with a brief moment to regroup, as a storm has set over the area that is making Godzilla unable to detect them, which for some reason means that he is supposedly not going to attack these guys anymore until he can find them. That's convenient as hell. And yeah, while he's asleep, they discover a tribe of humans who have weapons capable of piercing the fauna created by Godzilla in the last film. And they just so happen to be a tribe of people who worship Mothra. So, yeah, that's convenient. After they encounter this tribe, they end up continuing on and find exactly where they found the material to make these weapons, finding that they have built it with the materials created from a very mysterious metal. And they continue searching until they find exactly what made this metal, as there is a massive city that resembles a very familiar sight to the Biwa-Soluto, I believe, and, yeah, turns out that this is the facility this is an identical facility to the one that they built Mechagodzilla in. So what's causing this? None other than the head of Mechagodzilla using its AI to not only rebuild around the area that it was destroyed the first time, but it also just so happens to still be programmed with the objective to kill Godzilla. So now, all our protagonists have to do is take over the facility and use its nanometal to figure out a way to do so. However, underneath all this, the robot itself wasn't exactly planning on letting the humans exactly remain humans, as it wanted to use its nanometal to fuse permanently with the beings inside of it, and, well, basically turn them into half-human, half-robot hybrids.
Cyborgs, you could say.
Yeah, no shit. And yeah, with all that being said, the decision to destroy Mechagodzilla City is made. And not only does Haruo Sakaki have to destroy the command station in order to render Mechagodzilla City helpless, he also just happens to let Godzilla do whatever the hell he wants. So yeah, that being said, Noah, do you want to cover the human aspect? Because I'm telling you right now, there's no monster aspect.
Let's just get the human with. Let's just follow the formula we've been using for a while and get the humans. Oh, not just humans, the aliens and whatever.
Yeah. Well, okay, the human aspect. It's not bad, but it's also not good. You see, the characters here and the actors who portray them, they do give a decent performance, and they do make the film, you know, somewhat entertaining for at least until they discover Mechagodzilla City. But then, you see, there's this simple little problem. The human aspect is so damn long in this movie that you will quickly get bored of watching the characters interact while the nanometal builds Mechagodzilla City around them. The human aspect of this film drags on and is so goddamn it's just so goddamn jarring, it makes the whole experience feel stale and tasteless. And honestly, I'm gonna say this right now, the freaking subplot with Haruo and what's her name? With Haruo and Yuko. That whole subplot, I mean, it's decent at first, but then they just turn Yuko into this freaking stereotypical not princess, but you know, they turn her into a stereotypical anime love protagonist that really has no bearing on the story other than to have Haruo, you know, horny. Riveting, absolutely riveting. But then there's the monster action. And we have to talk about the monster action in order to finish the human action. Which is insulting as hell. Yeah, the monster action? What action? Now, is there anything you would like to say about this film's monster aspect? Or lack thereof?
For an hour in, we've only seen shit. Abort!
Yeah.
No
Okay,
bitches in sight.
here's the... What?
No bitches in sight. Everybody abort.
Okay, that's actually kind of funny. But yeah, no, seriously. The majority of the monster action consists entirely of recycled shots of Godzilla sleeping. I shit you not. Godzilla spends 90% of this movie's runtime sleeping. And then, keep in mind this movie is an hour and 13 minutes long. He doesn't even wake up until an hour and 7 minutes into the goddamn film. Noah, let's do the math here. Godzilla's asleep for the majority of the film for an hour and 7 minutes of this film's runtime. And the movie is an hour and 13 minutes. Let's do the math here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That, if I recall, that's 6 minutes. The climax of this film, it seems longer than it actually is, but it's 6 minutes. And during that time, Godzilla only looks cool one time, and that's the shot that we're showing in the GIF right here, where he fires an atomic breath blast at Mechagodzilla City, but Mechagodzilla City uses its nanometal to create a shield which deflects his atomic breath and makes it crash into the, into the mountains and shit. That is the only time Godzilla even looks somewhat interesting to watch in this movie. And the rest of it is literally just Godzilla walking in a straight line, or almost straight line, and getting shot at with explosions going on around him. And you know what's even worse? I would say that they only use Godzilla as a plot point in this movie. But honestly, I'm giving this film too much credit. They don't even use him for that. They just use Godzilla to give our protagonist something to fight at the end of the film, so they don't start looking around in circles like morons that don't know what the hell they're doing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but shouldn't a Godzilla anime trilogy have a lot of Godzilla in it? Shouldn't Godzilla get, character development, since it's a fucking anime? No, he's treated worse than the 1998 film used him. And that's saying something. And, And then, freaking, like I said, in order to finish the human aspect, we have to talk about the monster aspect. That's basically the monster aspect for you. No interesting scenes, no kick-ass new abilities introduced for Godzilla, except for one, which is debatably just a less efficient version of Critical Mass, aka Burning Godzilla. But, honestly, dude, I just don't see, you know what, that's for the controversy section. We're gonna talk about that in a minute, but this just is disappointing, and the human aspect finishes basically the climax with, the whole subplot of, freaking, in order to beat monsters, you have to become a monster. Basically, the exact same plot point of the... What?
I smell some Attack on Titan bullshit going on.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Basically the exact same plot point for the final episode, or the final few episodes of the first season of Attack on Titan. You have to become monsters in order to defeat monsters, because we haven't overused that little theme way too much in this goddamn series already. To be fair, they didn't really use that in the prior film, but there were some minor little hints and nods to it. And yeah, bro, freaking just, we're not even gonna do, any sort of, recommendations, because I cannot in good conscience recommend this film to anyone. Except one group of people, and I'm pretty sure there's barely anyone who can qualify as this. If you're looking for a film that can be accurately summed up with the words, great value Attack on Titan, this is your movie. But for Godzilla fans, absolutely do not watch this film. You are going to be sitting throughout the entirety of the film, depressed and sad, and by the time the film's done, you're gonna be so fucking mad that you're gonna want to break something. I know, because after watching this film, I had to replace a computer. Which brings us to the... You know what, Noah, do you want to say anything else before I move on to the controversy section?
Not really. There's not much to say for me.
Fair enough. Alright, so there's actually quite a bit for the controversy section here. First of all, somehow this train wreck of a bullshit film has actual fans. Somehow there are some people who watch this movie and say, oh, yeah, this is gold, cinematic gold. Fuck you. You're wrong. And you really need to go to a mental hospital and get help. Ugh. That's the first controversy. it's not even really a controversy, but you know, whatever. Then there's the second controversy. Apparently, well, I mean, this is honestly a very valid complaint. Anyone who was watching this movie expected to see Godzilla face off against Mechagodzilla. But you don't even get to see that. All you get to see is the head of Mechagodzilla, and then the plot of the humans takes over and essentially turns the whole plot into, you know, a freaking, like basically a freaking 70s house TV show. And yeah, bro, I mean, that's a very valid complaint. People go into these movies wanting to see monster action and Godzilla. But when you don't even have the titular character for longer than, again, 6 minutes, and no, sleeping does not count, you've basically failed the film. Everyone says that, like, okay, most Godzilla fans say that, you know, Godzilla's Revenge, or Godzilla 1998, or sometimes even Son of Godzilla are the worst Godzilla films, which, I mean, obviously Son of Godzilla is not even close to the worst Godzilla film, but no, I'm gonna be real honest with you. I don't think either of those movies are the worst Godzilla film. I think this is the worst Godzilla film ever made.
At least those actually had the short of Godzilla in there. More than 6 fucking minutes.
Yeah. And I'm not even sure we should count all 6 minutes, because once Godzilla gets the probes punched into his back, he goes back asleep again when he starts supercharging his body. Riveting fucking kaiju footage. Bullshit. And that's another thing, too. The final controversy? I really don't like the fact, once again, that people were complaining about Godzilla's screen time in 2014, but in this movie, not a goddamn word was said. Not one word was said about Godzilla's screen time in this film. So you're telling me, American Godzilla fans, that you prefer Godzilla on screen when he's sleeping, rather than Godzilla on screen when he's kicking Muto ass? Excuse you?
So we have to put in the fact that 2014 was a live-action film. They had an excuse, because they were using a lot of CGI there. This is a fully animated film.
Exactly, and they had the budget to pull it off, but they didn't want to do that because that would ruin the human perspective, or however the hell they said it. Like, okay, we go and watch these movies not to watch humans talking about shit we don't want to hear about. We watch these movies to see giant monsters. And, bro, in the initial idea of the film, Godzilla was supposed to fight a few other monsters. But nope, we just are left with 6 minutes of Godzilla bumbling around being a retard. Once again, the best way to describe Godzilla in this film isn't even the way...
An old fucking man.
Not even that, bro. That's an insult to old men. Now, the best way to describe Godzilla in this film is Ed, and Eddie rolled into one.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Just, I don't even know what to say anymore, bro. Like, is there anything else you want to say about this movie?
And I guess the whole fucking half-ass burning attempt was interesting to see at first.
Yeah, at first, but then he just slumps over and starts sleeping, and then it gets stale as hell. This movie is honestly just depressing, man, and yeah, we're done. We're gonna stop talking about this train wreck, and we're gonna move on to the next film. Join us tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, as we cover a film with some actual quality in it. Godzilla the Planet Eater. See you tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta go take a shower. No, I'll see you in a few minutes. Bye.
Alright, y'all know the drill. Like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Y'all want more videos, right? More kick-ass shit? Well good, cause I want more views. Let's help each other on this.